Hi everybody, I'm here with my nephew. He just woke up from a nap. He loves screens. I know I've mentioned that before on some of my online stuff, but a couple things. So this is my last week watching him. Here, come up so people can see your beautiful face. I watched him for about 5 weeks while he was in between his parents being on maternity and paternity leave and going into daycare, which will happen next week. So we had a bunch of time each day of bonding and getting to know each other and hanging out. And a couple of things that I realized, which I want to report for those of you who may be parents of small children or caretakers of small children. Some things that I noticed was, when we would nap, and as you can see, so there's the mirror over there, we lay in bed. I have pillows under my lower back, under my neck, under my knees, on each side of me. So I'm ergonomically supported and he can nap on me, which I'm only watching him for a few weeks and then he's gonna go into daycare. So I'm not worried about the sleep training aspect because he's not gonna have it forever. And it's also for me too, isn't it? Yes. But something that I noticed is when I'm on my phone, so what you can't see here is I have about 7 books around me. Some of them are fiction, some of them are nonfiction, and I will go through them and read up 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Sometimes I kind of doze or meditate while he's on me. But something that I noticed is when I'm on my phone and if it's kind of floating above him, don't worry, there's a pillow there to catch him. When I select something or do a search or do something that lets the internet work, he gets zapped. He will jolt the same way that he does if there's a noise or if there's, where are you going? Or if there's some type of, well, really just a noise is the thing that will zap him similarly. And I'm sensitive to EMFs. When I first realized that I was back in like 2009, 2010, and I noticed that when I would do work in my postgraduate career, when I'd be writing my papers and doing my research and holding my laptop in my lap, a certain spot on my thigh would get achy. And that's before I really knew what EMFs were. And when I looked up, why is my body hurting? And then I looked where the wireless card was underneath the laptop. It was right where my leg would hurt. So I'm sensitive to EMFs. I notice if I'm on the phone or on the computer too long, my head gets foggy. I feel this weird heat coming from inside of me that's uncomfortable. I feel irritable. And babies are even more sensitive because as sensitive as I am, it's nothing compared to him because if I just, like I said, do something that uses the internet, and sometimes I don't expect what it'll be. Sometimes it's just scrolling or, sending a form or uploading something or downloading something or whatever it may be, he'll jolt. If it's completely silent and he's asleep, it will jolt. Sometimes, too, he would get wiggly and fussy and wake up right before my phone would ring. So this is just stuff to be aware of if you're around young children and also just yourself because they're more sensitive than you are to everything. So it's important to know that this is going on in clear ways like him jolting. Isn't that right? Also, as you can see, he's addicted to screens. We've got this on selfie mode right now. And babies can just get drawn right in. And we all can, but we're so desensitized. We're so desensitized to it that we don't necessarily notice. And also, with the current world as it is, we do need to look at the screens. It is important to have computer literacy. But it's also really important to do things like make sure you're looking far away, that your eyes aren't always focusing on things 8 to 10 feet or closer to you the way that they do when we're inside all day. It's important to go for walks. It's important to look out far. It's also important to get different sources of light to feed our brains and our nervous systems other than just electronic light. It's important to get, if you have candles, candlelight, starlight, moonlight, sunlight in your brain. Because electronic light, I don't know if it's necessarily harmful, but it's definitely not all we need nutrition-wise as far as electronic or energetic nutrition goes. Speaking of, I think somebody's a little bit hungry, so we're going to go get him some milk. But I just wanted to report that to you guys. Babies, sensitives, and EMFs, and tech impact, because as we get more technologically advanced, it's also important to notice everything that's going on and be able to be able to adjust as needed. I'm still holding out hope that eventually we'll have technology that heals us. The vibrations coming from tech can be held up to your forehead when you have a headache to make it go away, or if you have a sore elbow, you can hold your phone or your computer by your elbow and it'll help. That's the future that I'm voting for with my thoughts and actions and hopes and dreams. But we have to actually make it happen. And in order to do that, we have to see where the holes are so we can fill them in. Okay. I hope everybody's doing super well. Sending y'all lots of love, and I will see you later.